All right. I think we'll start to. It's almost 9:30. Sorry, 8:30. All right. You're welcome to our today's class. Today we take a look at basic dispensing theory. We look at dispensing. So our topic for today is ointments. Our topic for today is what? Ointment. So let's take it up from there. So ointment is not a new term to you. You're familiar with the term ointment. So tell me, what are ointments? What are ointments?
Ointments are semi-solid preparation. They
Okay.
are semi-solid medical preparation, usually oily, intended to be used on the skin or mucosa.
Okay. Okay. So that that means they are for external application, right?
Yes, sir.
They are for what? External
External.
applications. Okay. So how do they differ from creams?
How do they differ from creams? Creams are um, mostly water-based, but ointments are oily.
Is it all creams that are water based? Yeah. Is it all creams that are water based?
I don't know, but creams. I think the packaging are different, and then oh God, what are the difference?
Why couldn't good?
The packagings are quite different, a bit different.
Okay. The definition is okay, but just know that they differ from creams because I due to the fact that ointment have greasy. The word is greasy, greasy.
But I said
But
oily now.
is it everything that is oily that is greasy?
I think oil has to do with grease now.
Are you sure?
That's what I know.
Check it, check it up now and let me know. Check it up fast. Greasy versus oily. Are they exactly the same thing? Do we have oily cream? Are there creams that are oily? Huh?
Said if we have oily cream,
Huh?
oily cream.
I asked, I said, do we have oily creams?
Yes. Cream can be either their base could be either oil in water or water in oil.
So you're saying it that those creams are greasy.
I've checked it though. They said they are not the same.
Okay, what are the difference between greasy and oily?
Um, Oily refers to oil production.
Okay.
But greasy is how something feels or look.
Mm. So the point I want you to note here is that ointments have greasy bases. Greasy bases. That's where they differ from what? From creams. Is that clear? Good. And also creams, creams, ointments. Most times, ointments are basically they are usually immiscible with the skin secretions. So they have occlusion properties. Most of them anyway. There are some modified. There are some bases that have reduced occlusion and properties. But in general, ointments have occlusion what properties. So they are immiscible with what, and they are also immiscible with what skin secretions. Am I they're usually, that doesn't mean that you will not have some that will be, but they're usually immiscible with what skin secretion, and also they are also usually anhydrous. You know, if you say usual, you are talking about most of them, even though you can see some that are. You understand what I mean by usually? Of course, they normally contain medicaments. You know, medicaments which can be dissolved or dispersed in the what the base. These are common with most of the what this semi-solid dosage form. But according to British Pharmacopoeia, ointment are actually formulated to provide preparation that are what? The aim is to provide preparation that are what? That are immiscible. Preparation that are immiscible. One, or they can be still immiscible or emulsifiable with skin secretion. All these things depend on the base you are using. But traditionally, they are immiscible. Traditionally, you know, you have things that are traditionally with time, you start having some modifications, If you remember when we treated what is it called? Suppository in your first year. Was that the one that taught you BT152? Yes, I was.
Yeah.
If you remember what we did when we treated suppository in your first year, second semester, we talked about theobroma oil. In fact, basically, traditionally, that is what they were using. But with time, modifications started coming in. You start seeing synthetic basis. Is that clear? So the same thing happens here now. The same thing happens here now. So, but basically, the hydrophobic ointments, the hydrophobic, those that are hydrophobic and water emulsifying, those ones, the hydrophobic one and the one that are water emulsifying, those ones are intended to be applied to the skin or mucous membranes because they have emollient properties. So they protect the skin. They also have therapeutic and prophylactic properties, depending on what you have in there. Is that clear? So basically, this is what ointments as an overview. But all these things I pointed out depend on the degree of occlusion needed, is degree of the occlusion. But when it comes to the hydrophilic ointment, all these things have been called hydrophobic water um emulsifiable or water emulsifying. Sorry, I mean hydrophobic and the water and emulsifying. All those things I've been calling, they have a lot to do with the type of base in question. You see three ointment bases. You understand what I'm talking about? So when it comes to hydrophilic ointments, from the name hydrophilic, water-like, Those ones they like water. So these ones are are miscible with skin secretion. These ones are miscible with what? Skin secretion, because they are hydrophilic. They like water. Now, here is the twist. Because they are hydrophilic and they are miscible with what? Skin secretion. These ones, they have less emollient properties. That is the issue. The ones that are not miscible, that are immiscible with skin secretion, those ones has good emollient. What do you mean? Understand by the term emollient property? You should know. You should know what we mean by emollient property. What do you understand by emollient properties? Hello, I would be. Hmm? Hello,
I'm with
hello.
you.
Answer my question now.
So I think
What?
emollients are things that moisturizes the skin. Like
Moisturize.
they reduce friction.
Hmm?
Like
Okay.
they reduces friction
Okay. Okay. They
or
moisturize the skin.
irritation.
In fact, they moisturize the skin. They prevent what dryness. Exactly. They prevent
Yes, sir.
dryness in a nutshell.
But I have a question.
Hello?
I have
Ask.
a question.
Ask.
Okay.
Ask.
You said that the hydrophobic ointment, they are immiscible with the skin secretion.
Mm,
So how do they deliver
mm.
their medicaments?
How they deliver their
Their active
medicaments?
ingredients, how do they work? Yes, since they are immiscible with the skin secretion.
They must not they must not um do you know what we mean by skin secretion? Let's even start from there.
Skin
Do you
secretion, like
understand?
sweat.
Okay, sweat. Okay. You know, sometimes there can be injury. Hope you know.
Injury.
Yes. Accident can
I didn't know that.
depending on depending on the depending on the type of, if it is if it is a wound. Is that clear? Is that clear? So some secretions can age dates. You know what age dates are now? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
So I can't hear you. It's break. I
You say
can't
what?
hear you. It's breaking. I
Exudate.
can't hear you. It's
What's going on? Is it from my side?
breaking.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Can you hear me now? Huh?
Yes, boys. It was break. Yes, better now.
It may be your network. Hmm?
It's better.
You say what?
I said it's better now.
Okay. So where we are we?
You said exudate.
Okay. I asked. Do you know what is dates are? Huh?
You said what are exudate?
It seems you have network issue. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I said, what are exudates?
I don't know.
But you've done paste now in the class.
Paste. We've not gotten to paste.
Are you serious? Okay, sorry. You guys just okay. Sorry. Sorry, sorry. Uh okay. From wound or whatever.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what we mean by exudates. So based on what the question you were asking about skin secretion, I mentioned it, but you were like, look at it. You were like, are they skin really skin? Even though those ones they are pathological. So if you mention skin secretion, actually you are talking about physiologically. So let me not go pathologically. Let me maintain physiologically. So physiologically now, the skin secretion we know is, as you said, sweat is part of it anyway. Sebum is also part of. You know what sebum is, right? You know
No.
what's
No.
sebum is the oil now from the sebaceous gland now. Your skin secretes oil too. Hope you know. You know now, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I was going pathologically. Let me not go there. Let me maintain physiological. If you are going pathological now, then you may start including age date as sick, but it is not a physiological secretion. That one is out of maybe injury or something, inflammatory response or what have you. So it's not infection, pause, but it's not a standard. It's not you can't call it really call it what is it called? Skin secretion. Because if you are talking about secretion, you are talking about maintaining going to the more of physiological normal secretion than the that comes out of the skin due to the glands on the skin, like the sweat glands that take care of sweat and sebaceous gland for sebum. Now, going back to your question, you were like, I said that those ones are not, they don't mix with the skin secretion. And you are like, okay, how do they now get the active ingredient into the system? Now, the truth of the matter is that they must not necessarily, dissolve or what have you, pass through the mix with the fluid, the secretion before the active ingredient can can do that. Remember that this thing is topical. Remember that. Hope you know it's topical. Even though yes, some may have systemic effect anyway by finding their way into the system. And also remember that these things that as they cut across the entering the system, especially when it comes to those that have systemic effect, the what is it called? The coefficient of diffusing through the membranes, being fatty alone gives it an edge. Hope you know. Remember what when we discussed the 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 water oil water oil water oil diffusion coefficient as is diffused from the moiety of the drug across the barriers into the system. Oil being oily, the hydrophobic nature of most of these drugs help it and the moiety, the formulation helps it to be able to do what, diffuse into the system more, even more than the one that is hydrophilic. So they may not necessarily dissolve or mix before they can find their way to before they can perform their what actions. I don't know if all this long story makes sense to you.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
We'll still go into the basis. So we'll still go into the basis. It's just for you to understand. I just want you to understand that hydrophilic ointment are miscible with water, with a skin secretion. They are less emollients. Because of that, you know, when you say that something is emollient, what it means is that the thing moisturizes the skin, right? Now, when it is miscible, you know, transpiration. Hope you know that transpiration occurs, right? Normally, perspiration. Hope you know. Water leaves the skin. Hope you know. Are you aware?
Yes, true sweating, ba.
Normal. So now, if it mixes with the sweat, with the secretion, what do you think will happen? It will go with it now. True of us. But
True.
the one that is hydrophobic forms a film on the skin because because these secretions because it's not miscible with this secretion. It entraps and retain water, those moisture on the skin. They're going nowhere. They are maintained there, they are seized there. Occlusion. That's what we call occlusion. They have occlusion. Their degree of occlusion is higher. They occlude the whole place. So retaining those moistures on the skin. That is where the emollient property comes in. Moisturizing properties comes in. Unlike the hydrophilic one, this one they are less emollient when compared with what the hydrophobic one. I don't know if what I said now makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So that is why I know this can be confusing. One will be like, Sebi will say that hydrophilic like water. So if it's hydrophilic and it is comfortable with moisture, so why is he now allowing moisture to go? Sure.
That was my confusion.
So the hydrophobic one form film that will prevent the moisture leaving. Okay. Let me use two of us as an example now. I am. Let me just use human being. Two of us let me just make it practical. Two of us now. I am miscible with you, right? I am miscible with you. Or let me use normal thing that happen in life. Two of us. Maybe I am supposed to. They put me in charge of people like you to make sure that you people don't make noise, or you people don't make noise or disturb or go anywhere you like. Do you know that if I'm miscible with you, by miscible I mean if I'm friends with you, with chat and gist, do you think I can do that work comfortably?
No, there will be compromise.
But if two of us know they greet each other, in fact, if two of us know they even use eyes see each other, do you think I can do the job well?
Yes.
Because in fact, you self will respect yourself. True, of course.
True.
You respect yourself, and they get jelly. You will not move. You will not make any. In fact, Even if you cannot control yourself, you learn how to keep quiet. No be so.
It's true.
So have you not seen why the hydrophobic one can actually have moisturizing effect?
Yes.
Okay, now during Hamatan, during Hamatan, the cream that have um, oily, the oily cream. Why do you apply oily cream during Hamatan? Why not aqueous cream? During Hamatan, if you go and apply aqueous cream, sorry, you turn to white because in fact, dryness will set in. True of course, you'll be dry. But that oily one will entrap moisture on your skin, and you will not be dry. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
So, why I'm taking time to explain this, because this is the one of the things you need to understand before you even go into this ointment. Because if you don't understand it, you'll be having issues. You'll be having issues. Okay. Now let's look at the ointment basis. Let's look at ointment basis. Traditionally, ointments consist of a mixture of waxes. The basic can be waxes, can be fats, can be oils, waxes, fats, oils. So under the waxes, it can be soft, solid. Those waxes are solid and hard at room temperature. Waxes. In fact, if a wax at room temperature, a wax is a solid and it's hard. At room temperature, a wax is solid and hard. That's why your candle, the candle wax you see, is solid at room temperature. At 25 degrees Celsius, candle wax, the one I just use what you are familiar with, even though it's not the one we are talking about. Let me just use it to explain what I mean. At room temperature is what solid. But if you if you increase the temperature beyond room temperature, it will become what? Liquid, right? It will become what?
Yes.
Liquid. It will become what? Liquid. Are you there?
Liquid.
Good.
Yes,
So
sir.
waxes are what? Solid. Now, fats. Fats are semi-solid and soft at room temperature. Wax are solid and hard at room temperature. But for fats at room temperature, fats are semi-solid and they are soft. Now, for oils, at room temperature, oils are liquid. True or false? True or false? They are.
At room temperature.
Yes. At room temperature, oils are liquid. True or false?
Mm,
At room temperature, they are liquid. You say what?
I said at room temperature, some oils are solid, some while
Example.
some are liquid.
Example.
It's kitchen cooking oil.
At room temperature, it's solid.
Some of
Room
them, the bad
temperature.
oil, not the
Please, they are not like bad oil. I'm talking about oil. You're talking about bad oil. I say oil. Oil is oil. Which one is bad oil and good oil? If it's bad oil, is this oil? Yeah, I'm talking about oil. When I say oil, I mean pure oil.
okay.
I'm not talking about you have qualified it now. So by adding bad there, you have disqualified it from being oil. I'm talking about pure oil. You remember that these temperatures are also used for purity. Hope you know. Purity, test for purity. Are you aware? So when I say pure oil, I mean the pure one. At room temperature, they are what? Liquid. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now, so now, when you have change in temperature, when there's change in temperature, any slight change in temperature can affect the physical state of or the base or the base in this ointment base. Change in the physical state can cause a change. But change in temperature can cause a change in the physical state. Something like maybe during Hamatan or during what is it called? Rainy season. You know that there's change in the weather, right? It will affect. In fact, something like coconut oil itself, it be solid it becomes solid in winter, Hamatan. But during summer, it will likely to come to what? Liquid. So temperature plays a vital role in the physical state of this what? Basis. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with the wax, if you add wax has a way of making a preparation to be what? Smoother. To have a smooth and lighter consistency. Smoother and lighter what? Consistency. So depending on what you want to achieve, you can play around the proportion of oil, fat, or wax, depending on what you are trying to achieve. So at the end is what you want. You play around it. It will give you exactly the physical state of what you want to do, what produce. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Yes,
Yeah.
I am communicating. I am sure I'm communicating. So let's look at those ointment bases. The first one is hydrocarbon bases. Hydrocarbon what? Bases. Now, these bases are immiscible. I think I have said it before now, right? They are what? Immiscible with water. Because of that now, they are not absorbed by the skin. Have you seen it now? They are not absorbed what? By the skin. Note that point. They are immiscible with water. They are not absorbed by the what? Skin. Here you see things like soft paraffin. Example, soft paraffin. So sometimes they may just be soft paraffin or even a mixture of soft paraffin with hard paraffin. Or you can even see a mixture of soft paraffin and liquid paraffin. So it can be soft paraffin mixture of soft paraffin and hard paraffin, or a mixture of soft paraffin and liquid what? Paraffin. So now, these paraffins, this is where that greasy nature comes in now. This paraffin, they form greasy oil, greasy film that look like waterproof. That serve do as if it waterproofed the skin. So it forms the what? They form what? They form what? They form greasy what? Waterproof film on the what? On the skin. Of course, I have already explained this before now, that they inhibit water loss from the skin, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
this thing made them to do what? Inhibit what? Loss of water from the skin. So if they inhibit loss of water from the skin, what will it become? This whole thing is tend towards improving hydration of the skin. They will now, because of that now, they improve what? Hydration of the skin. So if the skin is well hydrated, that means that's where the moisturizing effect comes in. That's where the moisturizing effect comes in. And based on this singular property, they are used to treat what? Dry, scaly skin conditions. So if you use hydrocarbon base, you will produce ointment that can actually help to do what? Or even cream cells that can help to do what? Take care of what? Scaly skin, dry, scaly skin conditions. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Am I communicating? So let's now under this. Okay, sorry. The next example of The next type of ointment base I want us to look at is absorption basis. Absorption basis. This one, yes, they have good emollient property, but they have less occlusive when compared with hydrocarbon base. They have less occlusive what? Property. So they have less occlusive property. But they are easier to apply. They are easier to apply as against the hydrocarbon what? Bases. They have good emollient property. They are less occlusive, and they are easier to be applied when compared with what? Hydrocarbon bases. So here now, the absorption bases are divided into two, and transferred into two, so divided into two. We have the one we call non-emulsified bases, and the one we call water in oil emulsions. So non-emulsified bases and water in oil emulsion. So let's look at non-emulsified. See time now is 3. Once it's 9, we'll stop. I'll be here since I don't know why you could come late to class. It's 3 minutes to 9. Non-emulsified. Now, this non-emulsified, this one they absorb water. They absorb water. But after having absorbed water, they will form water in oil emulsion. They absorb water to form what? Water in oil what? Emulsion. Here now we have are we together?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes,
Are
sir.
we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this absorption basis, listen carefully. This absorption basis now, they consist of hydrocarbon base combined with water in oil emulsifiers. So non-emulsified absorption basis, they consist of hydrocarbon base that is combined with what? Water in oil emulsifiers such as wool alcohol, wool fat, wool alcohol BP, wool fat what? BP. Here we see something like, if you look at it now, you see this absorption basis. Now, example of this absorption basis, you see wool alcohol ointment BP, wool alcohol ointment BP. You see simple ointment BP. Wool alcohol ointment BP contains wool alcohol BP, while simple ointment BP contains wool fat what? BP. Contains wool fat BP. Now we look at the second subclass of this absorption basis. We have the water in oil emulsions. Now, this one is just almost the same thing with non-emulsified basis, but the only difference here is that this water in oil emulsion, they are capable of absorbing more water. They can absorb more water. Remember that non-emulsified absorb water to form water in oil emulsion, but this second category can absorb more water than the what? Non-emulsified one. So they have the capacity to absorb what? More water. Now, this water in oil emulsion, they contain things like hydrous wool fat BP, oil cream, or simply hydrous ointment BP. So this one contain wool fat BP. They contain what? Oily what? Cream BP. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Good. I believe you have done. You've done ointment now.
Yes, sir.
So I believe all
Yes,
these things
sir.
I'm calling are not. So I believe all these things I'm calling They are not alien to you, right?
No.
Thank God. So after the absorption basis, the next one we will look at is water miscible or emulsifying basis. So that is the next one we'll look at. We'll start from here in our next class. It's after 9. People should come into class on time now. Our class is 8 to 9 p.m. Just 1 hour in a 1 hour or common ordinary 1 hour. Come on time now. So that we can achieve something under this 1 hour. I can't stay beyond one hour. I have been working since morning. I can't stay beyond this 1 hour. Please. In our next class, in fact, we should be in class before even 9, 7. So we'll be able to cover. So in our next class, we continue from water miscible basis. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. My eyes are already heavy, sir. Thank you very much. See you next time. God bless you.